Alright guys, today we're going to make some pineapple jam. I got 2 pineapples the other day at Aldi's that were I think they were $1.50 each. And peel and chop the pineapple chunks and save that for the jam, and I'm going to get chopping. Alright, so here's my recipe for my pineapple jam I'm going to follow. I'm making a double batch here. So in my pot, it just says to add everything together. I have 2 whole lemons thinly sliced, and I took all the seeds out. And it calls for 4 cups of chopped pineapple, which I have 8 cups here. So it says just to combine them all and then bring up to a boil. And you want to stir frequently until it thickens about 15 minutes. Then we'll have to check to make sure it's gelling up. And then we'll be able to can this in some half-pint jars. So I have my boiling water can getting ready. I have my 8 cups of pineapple. And then my 2 small lemons, including the rind, it says, unpeeled and seeded, thinly sliced. 2 of those, plus I need 2 cups of water since I'm doubling the recipe. And it calls for, my fireplace just knocked on, that's what that noise is. And it calls for 2.5 cups of sugar, so I will need 5 cups of sugar. I'll probably do closer to 4, so I think that's probably plenty, but I'll try to follow the recipe as close as possible. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is going to be a delicious treat on some biscuits and some toast sometimes. So I'm going to take this over to my stove and get it boiling. I got my water bath canner here, and I'm going to put it on low to get it warming. And I have my jam here ready to go. I got all my jars, lids, and bands washed on the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this up, and we'll get this boiling. We'll bring this to a boil, and we'll simmer it for about 15 minutes, stirring it occasionally until it starts to thicken up a little bit. And then I'll probably mash it just a little bit with like maybe my potato masher. All right, so I'll bring you back when it starts boiling. All right, so I finally got this up to a boil. I did decide some of the lemon peels I took out and cut them up a little bit. I didn't want whole big circles of lemon peel in here. I think as long as it's in the mixture, it's good. So here I like to add a little pat of butter, and it will help with the foam. It's just like a little teeny tiny little bit of butter, and it will help reduce the amount of foam that the jam makes, because at the end you have to skim off all of the foam that it makes to make like a more pure product. So here I'm just going to let this boil and keep stirring it for about 15 minutes until it starts to thicken up a little bit. I have 2 spoons in my freezer, which I'll use once I think it's gotten to a good thickened consistency. Then I'll test it with the spoon, and you want it to come off in not drops but like a sheet off the side of the spoon. And if you put it on a frozen spoon, like a really cold one, then it will give you a more accurate representation if it's going to gel or not, because you want it to gel. So I'm just going to turn down my burner just a little bit, and I'm just going to sit here and stir this for about 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer so I don't get sidetracked. All right, I'll bring you back when it's all gelled up and ready to can. All right, so that took a little bit longer than anticipated. Not quite sure why it was taking so long to reach the gel state, but I got it there. So you just have to keep testing with your spoon and make sure it will, otherwise you're just gonna end up with like a syrup. I tried mashing it a little bit, but it didn't really do much. So I'm just going to go ahead and start ladling this into my jam jars, and this will thicken up as it sets. And for jam, you want a 1/4 inch headspace. So I usually use my little ruler right here and just check it there. So I need a little bit more than that. All right, and then you want to make sure you get all of your air bubbles out. Then I have my napkin with my dipped in vinegar. And you want to go all the way around the rim of your jar. Then a nice clean lid with a ring. And then I'll do it until I finish all the jam. I have nine jelly jars out, which is a half a pint. All right, I managed to fill up 9 half pints, and there's just a teeny bit left. So I'll just pop this in the fridge in a little container, and we'll eat that now. So I have all 9 half pints in my water bath canner. So I'm gonna put my lid on and turn this up, and then I'm gonna double check my book just to make sure how long it needs to process. So it looks like once it starts boiling, it's gonna process for 10 minutes. So I'll set my timer once it starts doing a rolling boil for 10 minutes. All right, I just got the first jar out of the canner. Isn't that beautiful? I'm gonna go get the rest out. All right, there we are. All 9 half pints out of the canner. And I've already heard a couple start pinging, which means that they're sealing. So that means they will be shelf stable. So, I mean, look how beautiful those colors are. I always try to do the lower sugar type if I can. But with these, I was really unsure because the sugar does kind of act as a preservative in the coloring of these. And I really wanted them to stay that pretty yellow orange color of the pineapple with the lemons. I tasted some of this, the leftover little bit with a pancake. It was like having cake, like pineapple cake. It was delicious. So even if it doesn't set, this will make an awesome syrup for waffles or pancakes. I hope you guys give this a shot. It's super easy. It doesn't take too super long. Hey guys, I just wanted to bring you back. It's been a couple days since we did the pineapple jam, and I wanted to show you guys the outcome of it. So as you can see, it's pretty liquidy, more like a syrup, but that's okay. We can still use this on pancakes or waffles. Maybe an ice cream topping. You could put it in your yogurt or cottage cheese. We like to eat all that stuff. So this won't be wasted. Maybe next time I do this, I'll probably use half the amount of water. So let me know if you guys try this recipe, what your success rate is with this recipe, how you do it. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.